Well, Investment Dar, the biggest Islamic investment company in the Middle East, is launching a campaign to tap into Asia's growth story. For more on the company's strategy, let's speak with Amr Abou El Seoud, Executive Vice President at Dar Investment. Sir, thank you very much for being with us. For the sake of our global viewer, describe what your company is all about and your investment philosophy.
Basically, the company is the largest investment company in Kuwait, and it's one of the largest in the whole region. It have started 1994 with the consumer finance company. It's regulated by the Central Bank of Kuwait as well. It's listed in Kuwait Stock Exchange. Today it have investments in banking, insurance, real estate, financing, investment, asset management, etc. So in basically every industry, and it's diversified investment in the region as well as outside the region. Our latest acquisitions were the Grosvenor House in Park Lane, London, as well as the Aston Martin in
It's
UK.
interesting you mentioned banking, because today the story of the day is the investment arm of the Abu Dhabi government is now injecting cash and taking a strategic stake into Citigroup. I mean, what do you make of that? Is this something you might be considering, given what's happening in the financial markets?
Yeah, on a personal level, I think that's a very smart move from Adia, and yes, definitely, if there is an opportunity to look at, we would definitely look at it in the current times.
Mr. Al Seoud, it's Ross here in London. Investment Dar, of course, invests on Sharia principles. For investors who don't have to invest that way, what might be the attractions of such schemes?
Well, an investor who doesn't have to invest in Sharia compliant, there is always a premium added for an asset to be a Sharia compliant. In other aspects, there might be, for example, Aston Martin. When we took Aston Martin, it was non-Sharia compliant, but then now the asset is a Sharia compliant lying in the UK. A lot of funds will pay a premium for having a Sharia compliant asset lying in the UK. So it's the creditworthiness, the risk associated with this, as well as the being Sharia compliant.
Mr. Seoud, Brian Shackman here in the U.S. You talked briefly with Christine about the Citigroup deal. Just talk about, you've talked about Asia. Compare that to the maturity of the European market for you, and is there any market for you in the U.S.?